Now, for those of you that heard our most recent segment with Mad Dog Russo, you've learned that Stugotz is going to be on WFAN Thursday and Friday this week, filling in for Boomer.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
Congrats to you.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun.
I learned about this through Barrett Sports Media,
right?
Which was an interesting way to learn.
Yeah,
I guess we're doing the It Takes a Village approach to replacing Chris Whittingham, our former executive producer. But generally, I'm known to be someone that's kind of has say when it comes to schedule and likes to know when people are in and whatnot. And
sure,
usually our power dynamic is such that you do what you want to do, but I'm at least alerted. So this was a very interesting way to learn that you weren't going to be here on Thursday and Friday.
You would have liked to heard it from me, is what you're
I would have,
saying.
but
right.
I have a feeling you're not going to me because you know how it's going to land with me.
Right.
And you're just going to – I think you found that if you just go directly with Dan on some of these things, it'll be fine. So I was talking to Dan, and it came up that –
it's easier.
Yeah. I learned that WFAN had kindly asked you to do this. And as a favor to WFAN, because they were repeatedly asking you to do this, you decided to help them out and go on WFAN, which is a dream of yours.
Yeah, I've been on WFAN before. I did a show on a Sunday night, and it was many, many years ago. And I had a blast. But I love that station. I grew up listening to that station. I love Mike and the Mad Dog, and Greg Giannotti's become a good friend. So he reached out to me personally, and he asked me to do it.
Yeah. So. Okay. So you know who doesn't think that? Greg.
Oh.
Yeah, because here's the quote from that Barrett Sports Media article.
Yeah.
Because I knew that you were going to angle it as they've been asking you. And I'm familiar with your work.
Yeah.
There's no way it's happening like that.
There were some telling quotes in that article.
Yeah. So, quote, "That Stugotz is always sniffing around here when things are open," Giannotti claimed earlier this month. The day the newspaper article came out with Craig leaving, I got a text message from Stugotz asking if I was close with Chris Olivero. Stugotz said because they cut a big deal over there at Meadowlark Media, he's making a lot of money, and he could have worked here for free.
That's a little too far, Giannotti. Free.
Yeah. And
you would say that, though, in a phone call. I could hear it.
Yeah.
I did say.
Yeah. Here's another telling quote. He's a New Yorker. He loves WFAN. He loves us. He wishes he was here, too. He's always been begging me to come in the booth with us. You're always begging them to go on. Yeah,
yes.
You position it as they asked you.
Well, he did ask me. So I will tell you this story, Mike.
He is saying that you asked him.
Well, I have the text, but it doesn't matter. Here's the story. He and I were supposed to do a show a few years ago, right when we left ESPN, and my mom passed away. And so, therefore, we were unable to do the show. And to his credit, he said, listen, it's never going to be you and Boomer.
Why is it never going to be you and Boomer?
He just said that. He doesn't think Boomer likes me, okay?
Why would he think that?
I have no idea.
Do you think he knows that?
He probably knows that,
If
yes.
anybody would know that,
yes,
it would be him.
Yes. And so he said, so to his credit, okay, he came back to me a couple of years later. He saw an opening. Boomer's taking a last-minute vacation here. And he said, hey, you want to fill in next week? To which I said, sure. And that's how we landed where we are today. I will tell you this, Mike. He asked me to do Monday, Thursday, Friday out of respect for this show and the job that actually does pay me and pays me very well.
It's interesting how you're framing that.
I said I can't do Monday. I got to do Thursday and Friday only.
Out of respect for your job. Yeah, no.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm off Thursdays and we don't work on Friday.
I still kind of feel like you're positioning this as you're doing like
everyone
this is an act of altruism, that you're doing everyone, including this company, a favor by taking part in this dream of yours.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I am doing a lot of favors here.
How many follow-ups since you couldn't make the original commitment have you sent? Hey, still available to co-host.
It's been mostly a one-way conversation since then.
This is a strange article. It's rare that somebody gets announced doing a show and the quotes are, he's been begging us to do this.
Yeah.
Or this is an odd, even for them, like, why are they, like, you would think they would want to build you up.
No,
they're basically
not.
saying in an article, all right, Stu's hosting, he's been begging us, so we're giving
Well,
him.
I think Boomer probably was like, why is Stu, we just made fun of that guy. He thought Aaron Rodgers was Jake Owen. Why is that the guy you're having filling in for me? I'm Boomer Esiason.
They should have just said, it's August.
I think that's what they're doing.
I think that's what they did.
And he's not insulted by it in the least.
As he shouldn't be. He gets a little trip to New York.
Yeah.
He gets to do something he enjoys doing.
100%.
He gets to leave us for a couple days.
Yeah. I mean, I like this whole deal where I've arrived. I'm just kind of floating around. I'm going to Lake Tahoe.
I hate
I'm
it.
doing, I know you do, but I'm going to Tahoe. I'm in New York for a live God Bless football event. I wish Billy was there with me.
Hey, I was listening.
Back to WFAN. I mean,
Hold
this
on.
is great. This is the way the end of my career should be.
And I don't want to put anybody out, so you can just tell me to back off if you'd like. But Peyton Manning and Roger Goodell became Justin Tuck real quick.
You ain't kidding.
Last week you
It was
mentioned
supposed to be Larry Fitzgerald.
Last week you mentioned 2 Hall of Famers and the commissioner that you were doing this with, and then I see a photo of just all Notre Dame guys and you.
I wasn't happy about it. I got to be honest. I went there
Missed the
thinking
invite.
Peyton, Larry Fitzgerald, and it turned into Justin Tuck, who's a great guy, by the way. I mean, I enjoyed doing it with him, but I was expecting Larry and that beautiful ass.
You're right, though. That this is how the end of your career should be. It's also how the middle of my career should be.
Yeah.
So I will also be going to New York this
You
weekend.
had a very flattering. You and Billy had a very flattering, awful announcing article written about you. You've really turned this Jake
Well,
Owen
Billy
thing.
Ghost wrote it.
I saw that article and can I be honest? I did not think that was flattering. If I was you, I would not have shared that article.
Well, I did. I mean,
I did not. I was like, this is kind of embarrassing.
I
So-
thought it was supremely flattering. To
So you
Stugotz.
read it. I mean,
I did read it and I thought I don't know if I'd be sharing this.
wait. So what's going on here? Because Billy's saying not flattering. You're saying it was extremely flattering.
Yeah,
So.
because it elevated
But
you.
maybe Billy thinks more highly of you than I do.
It's not
and I
that.
think more
Billy knows how
low-
the sausage is made.
More
Yeah.
lower of you, so I thought it elevated you, and he thought it, degraded
it
you.
did kind of diminish whatever structure Billy is trying to implement with God Bless Football.
That's a whole thing that we need. That's on my to-do list on my returns is implementing a structure because I hate to tell you, Ron Say at 4:00 is not something I want to be doing.
Ah,
so
the
we're gonna have
Penguin.
to figure
The
some of
Penguin.
this stuff out.
I mean, tomorrow 4:00. That is a
Yeah.
legendary Dodger third baseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to kind of set some parameters and some recording windows. 'Cause
Yeah.
Things have gotten slightly out of control, and it's only going to get worse during football season. And then you're not going to be here again this week for 2 days, so we have to figure out a recording time for that and what day we're doing
Right,
it.
and one of the designated days, because God Bless Football, we're not going to reveal all the plans for this football season, but it's a rocket ship. It's on the launch pad. It's about to soar across the sky right now, and that's one of the days that he's filling in on WFAN. That's designated for him to actually concentrate on this structure you're trying to establish for God Bless Football.
I mean, doing morning drive. I'll be done by 10 a.m. I told Billy I'll be ready by 10:30, 11:30 the latest is what I said, depending on the hotel that I get.
But you have a flight also.
Well, that's Friday, though.
Yeah, but there's a Hall of Fame game on Thursday.
Ooh, that's right. We got to react to the game on Friday. Tricky situation.
Yeah.
What do I do?
You were also considering going to the Hall of Fame. I was considering going to the Hall of Fame.
It is rare that 2 Jets go into the Hall of Fame.
But did
and
you
this
get
year I
either
get
of
that.
them in?
I did not. No, just Baselli.
That's why he's not going.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
Darrell Revis, who's the other Jet?
Joe Klecko.
Joe Klecko is going in, and
Zach Thomas going in.
Joe Thomas and Zach Thomas, which I was considering going up there. I have a conflict. I can't be going to Canton. I'm going to Paris instead, which is an excellent dichotomy of cities. I almost was talked into going to Canton with the women's basketball team, playing 3 exhibitions. Not just going to Paris, going to Mykonos and Athens as well. So. With my good friend Katie Meyer.
How did these Paris games happen? Because Notre Dame is playing South Carolina in November and Paris also.
For the women's basketball team?
Yes.
So every 4 years, the NCAA allows for group trips abroad for certain programs. So the men's basketball team is actually going throughout France at the same time. They're doing Paris and Nice. But something about hanging out with Jim Larinaga on Omaha Beach didn't necessarily connect with me as having like cocktails potentially as Katie Meyer is ordering dinner.
She seems pretty fun.
She's a
to
little
hang
bit. It's a
out
different vibe. It's a different vibe. So I
with.
opted for that.
I can't recall other European games off the top of my head, but also, you know,
They're
I
exhibitions.
Have a terrible memory, so.
They're exhibitions, and also I've learned a lot from Stugotz, and this is me laying the foundation for my daughter Juliet to be recruited by the University of Miami program in about 15
Just
years.
make
time.
sure you tell her not to play running back.
Yeah, definitely not playing running
Safety,
back.
yeah.
And when it comes to NIL deals, we're going to be a little bit more discerning. A little bit more discerning.
That's good, actually.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
So Stugotz, how
Free trip, by the way?
No,
I mean,
no, free trip.
what do you mean?
That's a good one. No, I only have access to this trip through being a Golden Cane, and additionally, you pay for the trip. But it's all organized
oh
by the
God,
University of Miami.
Interpol's gonna start investigating Life Wallet next.
So Miami, now laws have changed within the state, and there's NIL reps on the team that are there to help broker and make sure that all these NIL deals are within compliance. And I'm the whale when I go into this room because I'm the only person in this room that has had an NIL deal with a previous player. We had an NIL deal that I negotiated with the compliance office last year for Destiny Harden. So I was the very first firm handshake at that luncheon. We had a luncheon last week to prepare for our meeting.
Don't let him skate, which is what has happened this segment.
Yeah,
because he's just kind of letting you talk
Sorry,
about what you
I
want to talk about.
I got sucked in talking about myself.
You know me so well, Billy. Go back home.
How did you end up doing these 2 days on WFAN? Did you ask anyone, or you just like,
it was supposed to be 3. I did not ask Mike. I know how that goes.
No, he just told Dan. They asked me, and
Thank you for only doing 2. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is. We should commend you on that. Thank you for
You're welcome.
being here today.
I'm here today.
Because you were in New York this weekend, I saw.
Right, so I had to fly home. I could have just stayed there.
How are you
Flew home, did the show today, do the show tomorrow, do the show Wednesday, hop on a bird Wednesday after the show, do a couple with Gio on WFAN in the mornings, and then back home.
Why can't you sit still?
Your poor dog.
It's a genuine question.
You're right.
Yeah, who watches
Finney.
Finney? How many weekends? I bet you can count them on one hand. Weekends that you've been at your home.
Your
that
wife
you've
must
just
love this.
Stayed in town in the last 6 months. In the last 6 months, how many weekends have you been in South Florida? I know there was one recently because you had a cute date couples weekend where you watched Sebastian at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, that's the only weekend.
Your
In the
dog
last
must
6
see
months.
you every few months and just be like, who is this guy?
Who watches Finney?
My dog doesn't care. My dog is just happy to hop into someone's car, get some AC, and then go to another house where there's another
Some dogs
dog.
love cars.
I know.
My dog loves jumping into a car.
My dog would live in the car. Like,
Aw.
Your dog does live in the car.
it's a good point.
You live in the Delta Lounge, I think.
Yeah, and the Amex one.
Is this going to calm down? Because you said now that the Dead was done,
Centurion?
which they've started a new band, correct?
I think that was
So-
fake news.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Ball
it came.
stacked
Yeah,
again.
the Dead Reckoning thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that's real.
It's a very credible reporter, whoever put it out there. He is. He's like the Adam Schefter of music reporting.
Let me get this. Let me get this out there, though.
You
Even
just
if
sold
that's
us on
a-
how credible the person was, followed by whoever put that out there.
Let me put
I mean,
this.
Mike sent it to me, Billy.
Let me put this out there. If it's not Dead Reckoning, there's going to be another cash grab
No doubt.
by Dead and Company.
Yeah,
Don't sell them short.
I'm not.
Yeah. And the thing is, you've just taken 2 weeks off from seeing the Dead,
Right.
and you do look better.
Thank you.
You do.
I know.
Now, you haven't established a very high bar for yourself recently, but look at yourself in that monitor. You've lost at least 5 pounds.
At least.
Color
You do
is
look
returning
good.
to
You're
your
glowing.
face.
Yep.
And
Even
you
your
didn't
hair
get
looks a
hair
little
and makeup
darker.
this morning.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, your hair did look a little darker in that photo with Justin Tuck. Stugotz, oh my God, you're dyeing your hair. Shh. Happy belated birthday to Stugotz, by the way.
Thank you.
What are you now, 63?
51.
Happy birthday, Stu.
Thank you.
You look great for 63.
What'd you do?
Thanks.
Anything fun?
But 51.
What'd you do for your birthday?
I was in New York, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Did
felt
you get-
all your birthday wishes. Everyone on the show sent me a happy birthday. By
Everyone
I
did?
didn't.
Yeah, I was
no
I was
idea.
getting
No,
to
I had
that.
no
By
idea.
everyone, I mean Roy.
I
Yeah.
love really.
Yes.
Well-
I truly had last year I made
No
you
idea.
a card,
I didn't know it
You
was your
did,
birthday.
yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
a big birthday last
I was
year.
avoiding you.
It was the big 5-0.
How many times did you get happy birthday sung to you?
None.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
sad.
I don't like
Yeah.
birthdays.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
I feel like
I'm getting
I wa-
older, Billy.
I need it sung once. I don't want it sung more than once.
Right.
Like I don't want to do 2 things where I have to have it's like sing it one time. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Did you get a nice gift? Did your wife get you anything? Anything fun?
She got me actually. Yeah, she did. Hold on, let me find it here. It's in my backpack. She did. I'm being serious.
You could just tell us.
Gummies?
It's important. Well, yeah, we had gummies.
Is that like you're gonna pull out like your middle finger now or something?
No,
That
no,
trick?
no. This is serious.
Why do you have zip ties on your bag?
You know what?
That's
I've traveled so much.
Don't
It's
buy
the
an
concert
American
thing.
flag.
Thank
It's
you,
like-
Jess. That's what I was getting to.
I am being serious. She purchased, because we were traveling, some candy at one of the stores in the airport, and she also got me this. Now, Mike's going to be very excited, I think. Well, you all
Hold on.
might.
Oh, tell
Wait,
me.
hold on a
Yeah.
second. The big gift you got for your
Oh
birthday
my
was candy from the
God.
airport?
So she forgot to get you.
And
that.
this.
An NFL fantasy preview
I thought it was going to be
magazine.
Yeah.
Phil Steele's
She
preview.
forgot your
Wow.
She was
Yeah.
solely scrambling.
She forgot
Yeah,
your
she was
birthday.
scrambling. Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah.
Somebody just went to Walgreens.
And if you
Wait,
really
is
love
that-
me, it's a Phil Steele college football preview.
Yeah, same.
I
Is that
mean-
the Athletic? They have a print.
I
Fantasy.
guess.
Doesn't that go
Preview?
against the model?
Yeah, I thought they were trying to.
This is
the
free.
Athletic, the
Yeah.
Athletic is
Business.
working. So this is free and printed, totally against the Athletic model.
Yeah.
What do
They
you
have,
mean, what do
they
you mean
have-
it's free?
Well, it's not free.
It was
it's
free to him.
$6.95 or something like that. They have McCaffrey #1. Running back position seems fine.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I gotta get to it.
Don't
myself.
give away the goods for free.
Where do they got Robinson going? The running back.
Oh, he's good.
Atlanta?
9th. Yeah.
I mean,
9th.
Brian Robinson or
Austin
Bijan?
Eckler, too.
Bijan Robinson. Yeah. Eckler going 3rd.
Third. Wow, who's 2?
Jefferson.
Okay. What does it say about Aaron Rodgers?
Where's Kenny Pickett in there?
Kenny Pickett. Let me get the quarterback.
He's
here.
To start
Ken
scrolling.
You're a Pickett guy or
He's just Ken.
or a Fields guy.
Both?
You got to pick one.
No, I don't
Shot
have to
for your
pick
life.
one.
Are you a Fields guy or are you a Pickett guy?
Pickett.
Yeah, that you did form a union once. That
They have
tracks.
They have Fields ranked number 6, number 6, and that's 5 spots ahead of Aaron Rodgers. How about that?
So I'm going to use the on-ramp to discuss Aaron Rodgers because we saw something in the news cycle over the weekend that we haven't seen in quite some time. You don't see coaches go at coaches the way that Sean Payton went at Nathanial Hackett
Great.
over the weekend. He said flatly, it might have been the worst coaching job ever.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew this as people that weren't coaches. So it's good to have the cosign from a Hall of Famer in Sean Payton. But you don't see that ever.
No, you don't.
And Aaron Rodgers, who has been aligned with Nathaniel Hackett in the past, was his offensive coordinator in Green Bay and is now his offensive coordinator in New York, had a strong defense.
Yeah, I love Nathaniel Hackett, and those comments were very surprising. For a coach to do that to another coach. My love for Hack goes deep. You know, we had some great years together in Green Bay, kept in touch. Love him and his family. He's an incredible family man, incredible dad. And on the field, you know, he's arguably my favorite coach I've ever had in the NFL. Just his approach to it, how he makes it fun, how he cares about the guys, just how he goes about his business with respect, with leadership, with honesty, with integrity. And it made me feel bad that someone who's accomplished a lot in the league is that insecure that they have to take another man down to set themselves up for some sort of easy fall if it doesn't go well for that team this year. Thought it was way out of line and inappropriate, and I think he needs to keep my coach's names out of his mouth.
My favorite reaction to
So
that
great.
was Sean Payton saying, I had one of those moments where I still had my Fox hat on and not my coaching hat on.
Right.
Do you think he has little hats?
He
like
has
he's
visors.
a
It's
high school
visors. It's
recruit?
a Fox visor, and
Puts
I
his
will
little
tell you
Fox
this:
hat on.
he never said anything that interesting when he was working at Fox. Okay. So I mean, please.
Yeah,
I don't need
would
to
have
hear
loved
from
to have seen that Fox hat on more often, actually.
who is Sean Payton
Hold
to
on,
criticize Nathaniel Hackett?
Gotta take my Fox
honestly.
hat off.
Right.
Do you want my podcasting hat on while I answer this?
A Super Bowl winning coach?
He's
Please.
9-8 in the postseason. Do it without Drew Brees.
Exactly right.
please.
Do anything
And
without
the
Drew
only reason he
Brees.
got Brees is because Dr. Cannell misdiagnosed Dante Culpepper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear about it. I'm serious.
You could make an argument out of Super Bowl winning head coaches, Sean Payton is pretty overrated when you look at all the times he's lost as a considerable favorite in
He's
the playoffs.
9-8 in the postseason. He's a great regular season coach. His regular season record winning percentage is amongst the best in NFL
He
history.
did get done dirty by one of the worst calls we've ever seen in that sport.
Yes, but you have your own issues in a very tough division. Russell Wilson is playing himself out of the Hall of Fame. Like, worry about your team. Worry about that division. Don't worry about Nathaniel Hackett and the New York Jets. And he didn't apologize. He didn't apologize to Nathaniel Hackett. He just said, as Jess pointed out, I had my Fox hat on, which is ridiculous.
Aaron Rodgers' defense of Nathaniel Hackett was admirable. It was honest. I mean,
It was necessary also.
He also said, like, keep my coach's name out of your mouth, which is pretty shocking. But here's my take on it. And I am not a coach. I only know what I know from what I've seen in the sport. But I'm asking you guys a genuine, honest question. When Aaron Rodgers says Nathaniel Hackett's the best coach he's ever had, does Aaron Rodgers actually know what a good coach is? Because if you look at his career,
It's funny.
and you look at his head coaches, and you look at his offensive coordinators, and anytime they've been separated from Aaron Rodgers, the best one is Mike McCarthy, who I think we have consensus here is not very good. despite winning a Super Bowl. He's had Joe Philbin. He's had Nathaniel Hackett, who pushed Freddie Kitchens out of the way for most disastrous head coaching stint we've seen in the modern era. Does he know what a good coach is? Because he has been so talented. There's actually a compliment to Aaron Rodgers. I don't mean to call him ditzy or anything like that. He has been so good. His performance has been so superlative that he has really elevated some people that have failed and failed repeatedly and massively without him. So I ask you, genuinely, when Aaron Rodgers says Nathaniel Hackett's the best coach he's ever had, does he know what a good coach is?
It's a fair question. I
Jeff
will tell
Tedford?
you. Yeah,
I mean, Jeff Tedford is another person, even though he came with some repute, was someone that was elevated and has done nothing since.
when Hackett was his coach, those 2 seasons, back-to-back MVPs, he had 85 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Jeff Tedford had Marshawn Lynch, Aaron Rodgers, and maybe Deshaun Jackson a little bit after that. He had a lot of talent, and he did next to nothing with it.
He won the Holiday Bowl in 2006.
He beat Miami in it, I think. Yeah, but he doesn't know good coaching, and it's been to a detriment. He only has 1 Super Bowl title, not through the work of his own. Granted, he's on maybe if you hyperanalyze, and not even hyperanalyze, just analyze, you could see you can make a solid argument that Aaron Rodgers is now on a downward trajectory.
Butterfingers.
But is
It's Mike McCarthy.
okay.
Saying Butterfingers.
All right, thank you for that. Totally dropped in.
Honestly,
out of
thought that
nowhere.
was Aaron Rodgers.
Butterfingers.
The guy
That's gonna
Jerry
sound
Jones wouldn't fire to get Sean Payton, by the way. Huh?
If Aaron Rodgers had a coach as good as Sean Payton, who I'm conceding is also in the conversation,
He'd have a single Super Bowl like he does now. Okay, he
You-
had it. It was Drew Brees.
you were all in on a quarterback you couldn't recognize apart from Jay Cohen
Jeff Tedford, Pac-10 Coach of the Year 2 times.
because he had Aaron Rodgers.
It was during that time
Yeah.
period. And a little after. Mountain West Coach of the Year in 2017. He's the head coach at Fresno State now, by the way.
What is well, Fresno feisty
Yeah,
cover machines?
you're right.
I only watch him on mute. Otherwise, I would have known my boy Jeff Tedford was over
It's always
there.
the 10 o'clock option before Hawaii.
Oh, dude.
It's the
Can't wait
step
for
before the
college football
rainbows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the best example of having success apart from Aaron Rodgers? Not player-wise, because you can get an argument that it's Devontae Adams with the year that he had last year, but the coach that was around him that left because they were promoted because he elevated their stature within the game. Who is the best part of that tree? I'm just doing a sports media thing. I'm not in a locker
I
room.
got to do some Googles.
Right, we have to.
There
And-
has to be
and
a good coach.
You don't have to do Googles like that with guys like Peyton Manning and guys like, hell, you don't even have to do that with a guy like Drew Brees. We've seen the coordinators around him get elevated. Why do we struggle so much with Aaron Rodgers, considering the level that he played? I mean, we can name several great offensive coordinators that have got head coaching jobs that have disappointed, that have separated themselves from Patrick Mahomes. But geez, like when Aaron, I might actually genuinely believe Aaron Rodgers when he says that's the best coach I've ever had.
Because it is.
And it's Nathaniel Hackett. It's Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
I'm so happy Billy is back because a few weeks ago I was watching Top Chef with Charlotte and we were talking about the fact that we were watching an old season and looking at all of this stuff, and in the beginning of the episode they tell you what the people are going to win when they win Top Chef, and we were like, so the prize was the same 15 years ago when they started Top Chef that it is now. And then Lehman, my boyfriend, was like, on Chopped they still give out $10,000 to the winner of Chopped, and adjusted for inflation, Chopped has had like 30 seasons. Like, you'd think over the span of the last decade, it would have gone up by now. And I wanted to talk about this on the show, but Billy, you're the only other person here that I think watches reality competition cooking shows as much as I do. Why have they been so stingy with their prize handouts on these reality cooking shows?
I don't know is the answer, because I don't have any say in that. But it is a good point
But
by
you
you.
should.
No, because I think shows like Survivor too, don't they still just give away $1 million at the end of the year? Like, just the prizes in general on shows has not grown that much, I don't think.
But
has it?
these are working professionals on Chopped and Top Chef, they're actually losing money in agreeing
Not
to do
really.
these shows.
I don't know if they're losing.
You're not
money,
losing
though.
money. It's good exposure.
It's
They
great
are,
exposure.
man.
It's like, yeah, just get on Shark Tank. If you make a deal or not, it doesn't matter. Everyone's just going to go to your website the next day and buy out all of your inventory.
My IG algorithm is all people that pitched on Shark Tank, and I don't know how
Really?
they can license that footage.
Huh.
But they're like, hey, just buy this. I'm actually in a really great algorithm right now where it's all these crazy innovative ads that can make my life easy. Now, sometimes it's just a stool that charges your phone, and I don't need that. But yesterday, I got an IG ad for, those like tailgate chairs?
Yeah.
It was 6 connected to one
Oh,
another.
did you see the guy that stands there and he goes,
just-
"Cool," and
Yeah!
he throws it
I
out?
saw that exact video.
Yeah, that guy, man, that guy's good at that.
I bought it.
Did you really?
Yeah,
I was
had a
thinking
full-
about
Did
it.
you really?
Yeah, it's
How
a
much?
It's a lawn chair.
It's like
'cause
$200 or something.
It's
right?
like $110.
wow.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
And it's either this guy's really strong or it's a really light chair. Because the way this guy is able to flick the whole thing out with ease was pretty impressive.
There is no way.
Get it for $2 on Temu. I'm telling you right now.
What is Timu?
You haven't seen these ads? It's like TEMU.
Tell me Timu Solani is the pitch man for this person.
I don't
He
know who
has
that
to
is.
be.
You know what would be funny if it's Paul Correa?
Wikipedia, by the way, is telling me that the prize for Top Chef has gone up throughout the years.
Really?
That it was $100,000 for the first 5 seasons, then up to $125,000. And this past season, it was $250,000. So
Okay.
that's wiki though. I
So
don't know.
maybe it has. Well, Charlotte, defend yourself. I've never watched Top Chef. It seems like something that I would really like, and I know that there's a lot of big Top Chef stands out there.
Do you like more baking or cooking shows?
Give me the Kids Bake Off. That's what I like.
Oh, I love Kids Junior. Oh my God, they cry sometimes. It's so funny. But I started watching it like a couple weeks ago because I was like, I think I want to get into this. And then after like 3 episodes, I'm like, I don't know if I have Top Chef in me. Yeah. But to answer your question, I will watch any reality cooking competition show, even the stupid ones, like even like Triple G's, which at times is incredibly silly. I will watch all of
Is
it.
It Cake? Do you watch that one?
Actually, no, I
Wow.
don't, because those ones are based off of like meme internet trends. Like I don't think they have the stamina to keep up with my interest levels, right?
Do you watch Summer Baking Championship?
Always.
Hosted
it
by
have-
Jesse Palmer.
Does it have to
Yes.
be
What a
competition?
career by him.
He's had a great career. You're right. But
I mean,
The
he-
Rooms to Go guy?
That's exactly right.
Yes.
That's the thing. You
Yes.
watch him and you're like, holy crap. How
I
did this
also-
guy who wasn't
how-
great at football doing all of these things?
How do I become a host of a cooking show?
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what I want to do. with
I don't
my
even
li-
want to be
wanna-
a host. I want to be a judge.
I don't want to be a judge. I don't even have to eat the food.
Wait.
I don't care about the
But
food.
the shows you
It
like, are
looks
they only
terrible.
competition shows? Like, do you like? I love the drive-in diner and dive show.
Triple
with,
D's.
Triple
yeah,
D.
It's a
Yeah.
great show. It's not a competition show though.
No, but it's Guy Fieri, and
Right.
you know he's an entertaining guy. Fieri.
Or used to be.
Although, yeah, now the internet is torn because there were photos of him at an MMA fight,
He
shaking
shook
hands
Trump's
with
hand.
Donald Trump. That was all
man.
over the internet, and I don't know. I guess I need more information before I decide. Jury is out
do you,
for
though?
me. I mean, if it's like a former president walks up to you and you give him a handshake and
Who walked up to
smile,
who? It's an
right?
important
Then,
question.
like, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, I probably would be like, I don't want
Just
to
headbutt him.
I don't want to get arrested.
I-
I did not say that.
I
Chris
attended,
Cody said
I
that.
attended a wedding at a Trump resort, and it was like one that I couldn't get out of. I was mad conflicted the entire time. I played 18.
It's a lose-lose situation
All
for
5
Guy
hours.
Fieri, and I think his reps seem to be riding it out. They haven't addressed it as far as I've seen. He's been someone that I think people on both sides of the aisle are like, I think he's on our side. I think he's, you know what I mean? It's lose-lose for him. If Trump walks up to him at an MMA
Yeah.
fight, like you can't cold shoulder the guy. You're famous. That's going to be a headline.
I feel like you can.
Duff Goldman was
I
looking
mean-
old, was my takeaway from Summer Baking
very salt
Challenge.
and
Wait,
pepper.
Billy is
Yeah.
so right about this site. Mike, you're gonna freak out. Shane Falco jerseys are selling for like $12.
You gotta
There's
stay off
7
those.
left.
You got to stay off.
You have a
those sites.
computer.
What do you
virus.
mean?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
telling
know- Yeah, you now have a computer.
I heard that it worked.
do?
From someone who ordered on there, I heard that it worked. Also, one time, and this was like a strange thing, and I was told that it was like some sort of scam that I wasn't aware of. One time in the mail, I just received a yellow balloon, deflated, in an envelope to my home address from China. And I was like, what the hell is this? And my wife was like, why did you order one yellow balloon? And I was like, I absolutely did not.
Seems
And
like
then
something you would order. Though.
No, but I was told that it was some sort of situation where like I get mailed something
Remember
and then
when people
whoever
got
does
sent
it.
seeds, Billy?
No.
Wait,
You guys don't remember that?
Wait, hold on.
I remember anthrax. That was scary.
Yeah, I remember that.
I thought
too.
everything was
I remember
anthrax.
the seed thing vaguely, but I need to follow you along this balloon story a little bit more. What
Yeah.
is it supposed to be?
I think that it was some sort of, I don't know, monetary crime where it was like showing that there was this person receiving this and then this company, whoever sent it to me, then had it in their books that they mailed a package to the U.S. to like a valid thing. I don't know how they got my information, but
Why the yellow balloon?
I think it was just to have something in the envelope in case someone checked it.
Who has yellow balloons just lying around?
Whoever sent it to me from China, I don't know, man. I didn't order it.
So many questions.
You can
What
buy a saw for $2. Like that's crazy. That same saw costs like $40.
Right.
What was the seed thing again?
I remember during 2020, people got sent mystery seeds, and the Department of Agriculture, I believe, was like, please don't plant the seeds.
These could be invasive.
Yeah, and that's the last I heard of them.
The perfect time.
People
to,
listen.
Perfect
Yeah.
time to send mystery seeds because there was a lot of other stuff going on 2020. No one would have been paying attention to that news.
And everyone was trying to start their own gardens. I feel like I need to backtrack a little bit on my Guy Fieri commentary. I don't think I was hard enough on him. I do not condone his actions. I am saying as if I were his publicist,
Yeah.
it's a lose-lose situation.
Right. I went to a UFC event in which Donald Trump was there, and I booed him loudly. And I made sure he looked at me when I gave him the finger.
But then you played his golf course.
No. I did that well before.
Okay.
Yeah. This was before
'Cause
insurrection.
that's important, right?
I
Yeah,
played
yes.
golf course before insurrection
Okay.
whilst
Well,
president.
I mean, then
While I was there for a weekend. I mean,
What are you supposed to do, right?
I could be principled and say I wouldn't go.
was this the one in South Florida?
One in Rome.
I should have been able to say, but I was in the wedding party. Give you a little insight into my family dynamic and how fun barbecues are.
I'll tell you this much. There's an article in The Atlantic about the mystery seeds and how it's a scam and why it is that the company sends it to you and then it proves something because there's a tracking number and blah, blah, blah. But it's like 18 pages long. So if you want to look it up, just Google it and you could get the answers because I'm not reading all this.
I did get a golf ball from that wedding, and it was like
Biggest golf ball you've ever gotten.
it's the best golf ball, great golf ball, but it had like the wedding date, and also it says where the golf balls were from because if you play 18 during that, whatever, they give you them. And Jeremy was golfing in Tahoe, and he asked me for a ball, and we were on like a course that had a bunch of water hazards. I'm like, use this one, please, pal. Jeremy took it. He knew well.
How many balls
Did he put it in the
he-
drink or?
He put it in the drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's all good. You don't owe me one. That's all
Well,
right. Did me a favor.
our producer Cynthia is saying that she definitely got mystery seeds in the mail. So
See? Meads.
it's a thing that happened, and I thought it was like a widespread thing that we all remembered, but I guess maybe just me and Cynthia.
Yeah.
Back to these shows. I don't like the themed like competition
Oh,
shows.
I love a good theme.
Like
You
I
need a
was my
theme.
wife was watching HGTV, which I love all the HGTV shows, but she was watching like Barbie House because Barbie's in the news right. So it's like a competition who can do the best Barbie design house. Like
Mojo
Halloween.
Jojo Casa houses.
I don't like the baking of Halloween Bake Off. Just give me a standard Bake Off.
Halloween Bake Off
I don't
is
like
pretty
the
good.
Christmas
I
Bake
love
Off.
Halloween
No, give
Bake
me
Off, and
standard
I
Bake
love
Off.
Christmas Bake Off, and
No.
I love Spring Championship
No.
Bake Off,
Yeah.
and Summer.
Summer
I'm
just started.
actually
love
all
the
the Bake Offs
theme.
have a theme now that I'm thinking.
Yeah, you
all
just
do.
don't. You don't
Great
like baking
American
shows.
Bake
You just
Off.
want a bake off.
There's no just
English
like
Bake Off.
neutral themed Bake Off. Like they all
Just
have
give
a
me
theme.
Duff chowing down on this brownie and saying it's too dry. That's all
Just
I need.
give me your best stuff. What can you bake? How well can you bake it?
And
That's
No,
it.
but you
Carla
need a
Hall, who
theme.
was on Top Chef.
I started watching a show. Well, it's the second season, so I restarted watching the show because I started watching season 2. Lil Jon wants to do what? And it's a Lil Jon home makeover show, and it's incredible.
How does that get
I don't think you
through
said.
approval?
I don't
Like,
think you said it the right way.
How am I supposed to say it?
You know, like it's a what?
Yeah, he's good. The
who
big-
reaches out to who there, you think?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Here's why I wanted to talk about this, because I don't want you guys to kind of watch one show and watch it in the wrong order and then be turned off from the other one. Lil Jon's home makeover show is great. I love it. He has great ideas. He really cares about the whole process. He goes in. He's very involved. Now, friend of the show, Big Boy, he has an RV makeover show, but he's rarely on the show. He was
What's
in
that
like
one
the
called?
first. It's called. I'll tell you what it's called now. I have to look it up. It's on Hulu. So, anyways, I started watching the show, and it's more like his assistant started the company, and he's also like a financial backer in the company. And he basically just shows up like the second to last day, and he's like, you're going to do all of that? We have 1 day left. And then he shows up at the end, and then occasionally there's a phone call and they'll drive in the car, but he's not as hands-on as Lil Jon is. So I feel like if you're going to invest your time in one rapper makeover show, you do Lil Jon.
What about Vanilla Ice?
What?
Vanilla Ice has one.
Well, didn't he get arrested for stealing stuff from one of the houses?
What?
Yeah.
I have to.
Vanilla Ice wants to do what? Steal the stuff from the house.
Allegedly.
Classic vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
It's all right, Billy. In this segment, I declared that Top Chef has not increased their prize winnings with inflation, which was incorrect. Defended Guy Fieri, backtracked on defending Guy Fieri. This has probably been my weakest segment in a while.
Vanilla Ice accepted a plea deal in the Florida burglary case.
Damn it, I was really hoping you defamed him. That would have really saved me.